Alright, this is a very quick tutorial, a quick tip for anybody who's using Copper Cube, this software for making games. I'm using it in together with other softwares. Now, before you turn away, I want to say I'm sorry about this quality. Sometimes I do this where I just film my screen like this, film the screen with my phone here, and it's not the best way. I can record my screen obviously in the computer, like I can do a screen recording and it would be better, right? So I do that often, okay? Also, now I want to just say, okay, I'm just testing a few things out here, and I'm in Copper Cube here, and I'm just doing this for quickness, okay, for a quick note for myself and just to get the information out there while you're there. Okay, so basically what we've got here is a setup where there are basically if I zoom out for a moment, we actually have we actually have 3 houses and the camera set up here. So I've just got 3 buildings. I'm just using fabricated stuff that's in there, you know, that it comes with just for this video to show you. But yeah, there's 3 cottages I've actually placed here. There's actually another one in the middle, another house here. But when I go to walk, if I do a test, just test it as a Windows test, controlling the character with the keyboard, what I've got here is a setup where he doesn't go any further. It's like an invisible wall. And this is something I was trying to work out. And it just so happens that it is as simple as hoped. I was thinking it was something to do with textures or something, but it isn't that at all. What it is I've simply turned off the visibility of the middle house. And my whole goal here was to basically test things, like I wanted to, because what I want to do is obviously make better games with levels where there are places where the character can't go, you know, it's controlled as such. And you know, the one way of doing this is a good way I found is just like you can make a wall around everything, a wall, you know, but you don't have to have it visible, you can have it invisible. So I've got a few things here on the side here selected. Sorry about the quality, as I say. This is my scene here on the left. The sky box is for the sky. The man is obviously the man, and we've set some controls for him. The 2 main controls under behavior for the man. Okay, what I've actually done is I've given a couple of behaviors. You just go in here. Well, hang on, I have to click on the guy first. That would help. Yeah, click on the right one up here, okay, in the scenes editor thing, in the list. So go up, and you can see I've gone to add, and I've chosen from the list 2 things. Okay, one thing is object or person controlled by a keyboard. So that's what this character is. He's a character controlled by the keyboard. Secondly, collide when moved, and that's very important, because if you don't have that on, not only will you not have the ability for like gravity where he falls down from things, but also you're going to have him walking through everything like a ghost. So as you know, as I've shown you already, he's you know, he's able to walk into things and not go through them, right? Okay, I'll show you that again. Quick test. You know, I'm able to walk, and I'm able to walk into a building here, you know, and it's actually a wall. He can't go any further than that wall. And what we have to the left here is another house, but it's invisible. I've set the visibility off. I was just doing this for a simple test to see if I can make geometry basically invisible, like anything that's there invisible but still actually there. I was worried that if I turn the visibility off, the actual object would not be there. Luckily it is still there, and that's what I wanted. I just want to block an area off, and that's what I'm training to do. So so that's how to set up the man. Okay, basically there, sorry about the focus here too. So I've got the man selected here, you know, and keep an eye on what you're clicking on here. Obviously we've got a camera here. Camera 1 is active, just 1 camera in the scene. And what if you want to know about how I did that? Well, basically anything you want to bring into the scene, you just right click. Okay, this is not a full-on tutorial obviously, but it kind of is. You press right click, you just right click and you go on to insert, and you just choose one of the things they've got here. You've got everything, you know, they've got you know, create a camera, or they've got terrain, create terrain, you know, all this stuff. Got static mesh, which is just like a statue, you know, non-moving mesh. It could be anything, a character, a building, or anything. Import an animated mesh, which is what this character is, but he's already in there, as I say. And that's basically what we got in the scene, everything. And what I did is with the camera, as I say, when you bring the camera in, there's a way to set up the camera. What I'll do is I'll make another video for you, and I'll explain more things about setting the camera up, okay? But this is just really like a basic video on a few details here, and we're talking about how to make an invisible thing. So we've got basically two houses. I just cloned them, and it's actually three. And it's the first one that I turned invisible, actually. If you look here, we've got these, what does that say? Arcane house, whatever. Sorry, arcane house, okay? Got a directional light, that's just the sunlight, okay? The terrain is the ground plane. But yeah, the arcane house, the first one, is the invisible one, which I've set to invisible. Now each object has things in it, such as behavior, materials, and attributes, which is the attributes is mainly like the size and the visibility and all of that stuff, okay? Position in the world. Materials is obviously what you see, like the brickwork on a wall, or the colour of a skin on a character, or the clothes, or leaves on a tree, like the colour, you know, and everything. The materials, okay? So you can see there's a material set here for these houses. Behavior, there's no behavior because I've not programmed the house to do anything. And it's not really hard to program stuff in here. This is the good thing about this software. While the graphics are not the absolute best, it is actually very, very handy, because it doesn't have any, you don't need any, programming and understanding, more or less. You can go deeper into it, but to make a game you don't need any programming knowledge. You can literally coding, you know, you can literally just go in here, drag and drop, learn your way around the thing. I'm so sorry about this blur we're getting here, a little bit of a blur. Okay, I'm using my phone just for a quick video for you guys. I'm feeling very sick, so if you hear my voice sounds a little bit bad, I've got a bad headache, bit of a flu head, okay? But anyway, yeah, so I've chosen the house, and whatever I've selected in this editor window here, you'll see a green box around it. So if I click on the character, if I click on this guy, he'll have a box around him. If I click on this over here, that one will. If I click on there, that one will. And you know, that's handy. If I click over here, oh, that's the ground plane. That's the sky, and they've got a light. But you know, the house is kind of hard to click on because it's like invisible. But what you do is you go up here and you just choose this one, the first one, and you know which one it is. You can rename stuff and do different things here. So let's go and turn the visibility back on for this house. I'm going to basically do that, okay, right now. Sorry about the lighting, as I say, in this video, and the visibility. So going to attributes under the arcane house, the first one, you know, with no number. I'm going to go down and I'm going to click on visibility. There's this box here, and when I click on it and tick it, okay, what's going to happen is you're going to see it update, you know, in the screen. You're going to see. Don't take rocket science, man. Obviously, right? But yeah, and that's what's actually there. So that's what's there, and it's just like invisible sort of thing, you know, when you want it to be. So you can make any object like that invisible. You can build a wall around something and have your character like not falling off the edge of a mountain, or you know, off something, you know what I mean, rather than having to make it so difficult where a character is walking around a mountain type terrain with, like, you know what I mean, with like high falls, and he's like every step is like a tightrope. You don't want that. You want it to be like a path, right, that he's following along. Now, there are ways to put paths and stuff in here, like that the character follows along, but I've found, I don't know, I'm still learning about this software, and it's like the paths I've found, like you can choose anything from up here, by the way, up on the top. You can choose like add a camera or add things here, okay, and you can test your game by just going to where is it, up here, and under tools I think it is, and you can like, test your game out. That's what I like to do, just test the application. You can choose Windows or whatever, and you can just play it like I was just showing you just then. Over here, these are the options for like getting ready to publish the game and actually save it out. And you want to know where it is, and some advice for you, okay, if you really are like you know, in the, I don't know, in between getting ready to publish the game or whatever, and save it out as an actual game. which is great. Do remember to save the project first. If I was you, I would this is no project right now. This is just literally, I'm in here just messing around. But if you wanted to make this a project, just go to File and go to Save As, and save it as a project that you're working on in here. Then, if you do go to Publish, like by accident, Publish up the top here to Make a Game, and you just wanted to test the game, and you didn't go to Tools and then Test, then at least you'll know where the thing is saved. And that's a very good tip for people that actually want to save their game too. You want to know where it's saved. I accidentally was messing around one day, and a couple of times, and I went to Publish and I couldn't find the damn thing. It's somewhere on my computer. Not an actual full game, I just mean I was just testing things out. Anyway, let's test this walk out. I'm going to walk into that wall, and obviously it's going to be blocked. So I'm going to go to Tools and Test as Windows application. Just testing that. High in the reflection there. And using my mouse, using my arrow keys on the keyboard, or using the WASD keys, right, the WASD keys, and you can simply control the guy, and there, he won't go beyond the wall, obviously. Okay, going here and here. So if I wanted to turn a wall, invisible, I could do that. Just turning that off for a moment. You just go choose the object, and then simply go down to visibility and just turn it off. So I'm still on that house there. Bang, it's gone. Okay. If I go to Tools, Test as a Windows, and go in. See, now I can't go beyond that. And the funny thing is, I'll show you how that's really true too. If I walk around here, around this house, and walk around, the other side, around here, you'll see that. See, I can actually go around here, but as soon as I go forward, there's something stopping me. See, I can't go any further. There's an actual house there, something there. So, but you see, if I was to go to the edge here, off the edge, I could fall off the edge. So like this, whoa, and he's like, that's the end of the game, man. Press escape. You'll be back, But so if you wanted to build an invisible wall or something, as well as having geometry that is visible, but just to make sure that the character doesn't fall off anywhere, you could do that, Now this, you might be wondering why there's two viewports. This is quite useful. Since we're here, I will tell you a couple of things then. You've got two viewports. When you start up the game, and what I will do is I'll delete the camera just to show you, to be fair, okay? I'll delete the camera in this scene. What the hell is he talking about? Delete the camera in the scene. That's actually gone off there now, and I'm going to turn this off too. I'm going to delete this viewport. So when you start a new project, this is what you're going to have. You're going to have one big window. Okay, and what you do is you go to Insert. You can go up to here and just go to Insert. Sorry about the focus. Create a camera, or you can right click like with anything and just press right click and then go down to Insert and choose camera from over here. Okay, and then what it does is it comes up with a list of 6. So this is version 6, okay, of Copper Cube, and it's got various features, and it's got 6 different camera types. I won't take you through them all and a lot of things today, but if you go down to a third person camera, so that you'll actually be seeing the character rather than seeing through his eyes, as in first person. But we choose third person camera, go to OK, and then it'll ask you select a node to follow. Don't get confused, okay? Don't get worried. A node, okay? A node is basically everything in the scene. A node is everything. So the man, the terrain, the houses, everything here is as a node, okay? The skybox, okay. So I'm going to choose the man, obviously, my character, okay. And it's going to follow him when we're controlling him. And don't forget, we set him to controllable player, and we also set the collision on. Go back and check the video, and you'll see the 2 behavior types we set for that particular mesh, animated mesh, which is the character, the man. So we're going to choose this camera now. We've made a camera, and it automatically asks us select a node to follow with the camera. So I'm choosing man, and I'm going down to OK. It'll just appear in your scene, like a camera like this. Don't worry about which way it's pointing there. What you want to do is now see through the camera. Currently we're not seeing through the camera. I'm using my mouse here, left clicking and all of that stuff to move and hold and move the camera zooming in and out with the mouse wheel, moving the mouse to get the different angles, and right clicking does zoom in and out, but left mouse holding that down just moves this camera within the editor. What we need to do is go up to here and choose view. Okay, go to view up the top here, and go to click on that and go down to add viewport. Okay, add viewport should be the second one down. It is in my one. Add viewport and go to just choose. So you need to make the camera first. So I've just made that camera first, otherwise it won't be showing. Okay, go down to here and go to from camera in scene. Click that, and then it will ask you to choose the camera this time. So we're choosing the camera. We've only got one camera there. Like, this is for the game, in-game camera, basically, in-game cameras. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I didn't show you, the thing has appeared up here. Okay, before when I made this new viewport. Okay, basically, you know, you can drag this out. You see here, and then what you do is you bring it into here. Okay. And so click it until it clicks in about there. Like, hold it, move it across, pull it until it, drag it in until it goes about there. That's what I do. And then it goes in, and you can pull that out there like this. Okay. Now we're not finished yet. Okay, because when I move this camera in the left window, we're not actually seeing through that. We're just seeing the editor window, which is still very useful. We need both windows because we need to edit and things. Now, but over here, you know, the camera's not actually working too well. Hang on. Well, I think it should be because we set it. But okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go, okay, to the actual camera itself, and go over here to the settings. You can see now they're arrows, so they are movable. Okay, I can move this camera in space, and look what happens when I move it around. I'm moving the object in the left viewport, and in the right it's updating and showing what that camera is seeing. You see? So that is very, very, you know, useful. Okay, careful. You need to click on the right thing, obviously. You know, and there's a lot of things I could show you, but I'm just showing you this basic stuff. I'm still learning myself anyway, you know. And get the angle that you're happy with, as I say. This is hard for me because I'm looking through my phone here to make sure that you can kind of see this. No, it's not the best tutorial doing it this way with the phone, but I'm sick and I wanted to just do this quickly. Okay, but I'm going to do better ones. Okay, so you've added a camera. Okay, it's a third-person camera following this particular node, which is the man. You've added a viewport, which is a viewport, another viewport here. You've dragged it in and you've set it so that it's looking through the active camera, which is the camera in the scene. Watch the video back again and you'll understand. Now, okay, that's all set up. So we go up to Tools. Get a habit of doing these things, and go to Tools, okay, and go to Test as Windows application, or whatever one you want to do. Left click, and now the game is set up in this, and you can just place it. And then look how the camera follows him around. So the camera follows him around. If we didn't do that, if we didn't set it, then the camera would not follow him around. We'd have all kinds of funky camera problems, and the character wouldn't even. The character would probably walk off screen. Anyway, we've got that house there invisible, set to invisible, which is very handy. Not if you lived in it, but you know. And yeah, you may be wondering now also, you know, can I set it to full screen? Of course I can. Click up here and set it to full screen. And what you're going to see, because this is just a test within the editor still, you're going to have this information box up here in the corner, and you may not like that, of course you won't, but I want to say to you, don't worry, because after you've saved your project by going to save and save as and saving a project in a specified location, in a place, and then when you're ready and you go to publish, and you publish meaning save the actual game out as a Windows you know, project, as a Windows you know, program or whatever, then when you play the real game, you will not have this information here, so don't worry, okay? And if you still find it really annoying, don't worry, because you can still, you know, press escape on the keyboard and then just come back there, and you can go back to Tools. There's a lot of settings in this. Go to Tools though, and you know, try it again, and it comes up default in a small window. And you can even do different things. You could bring that down there, Mind you, if you adjust the size, this box still shows up sometimes. You can bring this one down here, and you can have this going on here. Oh, you know, and I mean, there may be a way to get rid of this. I'm not sure the thing, but yeah, I think it's cool though. Anyway, there's a lot of things you can add in this. Okay, a lot of things. I'll show you one feature I do love, another feature I do enjoy. I do like. There's lights and water and all kinds of stuff in this. Okay, the water's not great. As I said, the graphics are not amazing in this, but they are good enough. And you can add 2D and clickable stuff too. So you can actually make like games like visual novels in this. You can add text and all kinds of stuff, sounds and videos, but you have to pay for that, it seems. This is really good, cool software for people that don't like programming, because I don't, in terms of coding and stuff. And it does exactly what you want, more or less, in a lot of ways. It's a very good software. Look at all the features and stuff, you know. You can bring your models in, so I will be making models, you know, in SketchUp and things like that, just to bring in some buildings and whatever I make, scenery. But let me show you something else, okay? I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to my scene thing on the left here, and go up to the top, and go to new scene, which this is. I can collapse everything down. Oh, this one I can't. I'm going to go to new scene, which this is. The whole thing is just under this new scene. Everything's made in scenes, okay, so you get different scenes. It's like one level, let's say. So we'll talk about that another time. But there's a lot of tutorials. There are tutorials online, but I will do some better ones in future for you also. Good on. Yeah, so basically though, I go to the scene, we click on that. We're not clicking on anything in the scene, just the scene itself. And we go down here, we have certain attributes. So gravity's on. Let's turn the fog on. I'm not going to show you grass today or anything like that, or sunlight and lighting and stuff like that. But let's turn that fog on. I'm not going to show you water either today, but turning the fog on, you see now it looks pretty cool, right? So when I turn the camera around, we have some fog. If I zoom out, and it just makes it look a little bit better, you know. You can put some, make it like more dense. You can change the color and stuff like that. You can add a sky, things like that too, if you wanted to do that. So let's make it a red fog. So you get some effects there and stuff. Density, you can change the density. So let's just go up 22 crazy. Bang. I just went over here and just edited the thing, changed the settings like fog, color, density. I upped it to 22. Okay. Things like shadows too. You can go down here, and shadows are actually on, but you can like, as I say, you can make sure you're on the right thing here. So we're on the scene, the main scene. I can turn up the shadows like opacity. You can move these things across. You can go to the opacity here, or the detail factor. I'll put these up higher, so I'll put the detail up to 4, not 24. Hang on, 4. It's surprising what a little difference can make. And you can set the speed of the character, how he walks to and stuff. I'm going to set that to 8. This shadow opacity, and press enter. And now we can see that the shadows a little bit more. Hold on. A little bit more clearer through the fog. Okay, excuse me. So let's go and check this thing out again. Okay, we'll turn our first house in back to visible. Okay, we'll go down here. So one. Okay, go up to here. Okay, visible. Okay, now we just go up to tools and test as a Windows application, and there's our little game. Okay, it's not a real game, but you know, it's a bit of fun. You can have a massive world, different characters and stuff with text. You can make your very own Zelda type game or something, you know, just for some fun. Check out some of the videos online. You'll see some people have done some really cool stuff, you know. Look, if I turn this off and just show you very quickly, it's very quickly. Okay, if I turn this off very quickly, and if I just delete the if I go to the delete the terrain for a second, delete the terrain, and then insert a new terrain, right click and go to insert new terrain, create terrain. It asks you what you want, trees and grass and all kinds of things, hills. I'm going to go to OK, and now look what we got. Okay, let's yeah, now look what we got. I'm gonna turn down that fog a little bit. I think fog density, we'll just make that 2. Bang, you know. Okay, and yeah, that should be alright. Okay, and I'm going to also add some water in a moment. I'll show you what that is about. Okay, so you see what we got here going on. So you can make a massive world, you can have all kinds of stuff. The water's not great, as I say, in this, but you can add water. Just right click anywhere in the scene, away from the objects, and then go there, and just go to insert water, or you can go to the top there, insert, okay, water, where is it, this one, create a water surface. Okay, create a water surface. Just go OK if you don't want to change the settings. And you see, it looks all right. It doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I know. Compared to some softwares, it looks terrible. But I'm just saying, it don't look too bad. And you can do underwater scenes too, and different effects. So I've got that. I've just moved it slightly down, so we've got some areas which are, you know, underwater sort of thing. And I'm going to go to Tools and just test as a Windows application. And let's have a look at our game now. And something crazy just happened. Our dude's just falling through everything. Our dude's just falling through everything. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to, please excuse me, I'm going to move the guy up a little bit higher. Higher and higher. And we're going to test as a Windows application. I've just moved my little character up a little bit more. We're going to have a look and see what we can see. Oh, hang on one second. I think I just messed that up. So let's just check what we've done here. Oh god, I'm not going to look like one of these idiots, am I? That you see on YouTube. These idiots. These goddamn idiots. Trying to do tutorials and they can't get them right, you know the ones I'm talking about. Right? Yeah, so we've got to get that camera zoomed in a bit further. I think definitely let's see our guy right there. Okay, you're getting the angle. Sorry man, sorry about the camera there. Okay, we're going to zoom that in. Yeah, I'm going to move that across. Let's just check it out. Tools, set. Just test the Windows application. I don't want him to fall through anything, so we've got to be careful here. He's walking through the grass. You need to set a few settings sometimes, because sometimes he gets stuck on the grass. This guy got a thing about doing that kind of stuff, you know. You know what I say? I'm gonna move this guy a little bit higher. You know what I say to you? Otherwise he will trip over. He lazy asshole. A lazy boy. Okay. So let's move the guy. Move the guy like he's about to pop some shit. Oh man, this is one of them glitches what happened, you know, but it's like, you know what I'm saying though? You know what I'm saying? I just gotta learn more about this shit, you feel me? Move the guy a little bit higher. Turn him out, try it out, you know what I'm saying? Turn him out, try him out. Blow your head off, that's what it's about. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say though. I think what we need to do is we need to raise the guy higher. He's underwater now. Let's just work it out. Let's just work it out, man. Can we just work this shit out, boy? Just move the guy a little bit higher, and we'll be absolutely fine. In my BBC voice. Goddamn son of a bitch. Look at this guy, he ain't going anywhere, man. What the fuck's going on with this dude? Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the terrain. I'm going to get that terrain flattened out, boy. I'm going to go to the terrain here. And I'm going to literally go to the editing tools that it gives you for the terrain. After you've clicked on terrain, I'm going to choose the flatten one. Okay. I'm going to flatten that shit out, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll flatten that shit right out right there. Flatten some of the area. Let's just see how if that works. If it don't work, they're going to have to pay for this shit. Yeah, it works better. The guy was just getting stuck on some goddamn maths homework right there. You get the idea though, yeah? He's moving around. I mean, if I was to make this guy a giant, he could just walk through everything. He's just one of them things, you know. He's just one of them things, man. So I'm going to go back to my little arrow here to get the camera back. I'm going to zoom up for a minute and flatten some of the area out so this dude's got somewhere to go when I choose flatten from the goddamn shit up here. Excuse my language, yo. I speak how the fuck I want to speak. Especially when I got to go places, you feel me? So I'm flattening the area out. We having a goddamn happy ass time right here, man. Know what I mean? You can test these different things out, these options on the terrain editing here. Paint texture, raise and lower, make some mountains. Up here I can make a big massive ass mountain up like that, you see what I'm saying? Massive ass mountain up there. Real though. Change the brush size. Just click left click and just start bringing things up and down. It's a bit different to like other softwares you'll see, but Just try that out anyway. You just click and hold basically. Click and hold, man. Click and hold. So when you're trying to tell the people you need that toilet, man. Oh shit, I just messed up. The guy's underwater now. Well, you get the idea, right? It ain't gotta be this way, you feel me? It ain't gotta be this way. It ain't gotta be that way. I'm gonna smooth that shit out. You see how that is, man. You try this one. I'm just giving you some comedy, man, seeing as you sat through all this shit. Oh, look at this guy. We're not getting it, are we? But you get the idea, though, yeah? You get the idea what I'm talking about, right? You just bring in the water. Let's turn it so you can go underwater. Let me just turn off that, fog for a minute so we can see what the hell going on here. You feel me? Turn the see, and there you got, there you got a good-looking, better scene, right? So let's see if we can like make our way around this bitch. Sometimes like more effects mess the thing up sometimes. Oh man, what's going on with this dude? Damn son of a bitch. I swear this guy's on cocaine. I swear this guy's on cocaine, man. Oh, what's he doing? Son of a bitch. Anyway, you get the idea, right? You just got to basically get the camera right. Get your life right. You know what I'm saying? Get the right wife. And have a goddamn beautiful life, man. What we can do is like just go in. We can just delete this motherfucker for a minute. Let me just delete the guy for a minute. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the camera as well. Like a crazy man. I'm going to insert a new camera. I'm going to choose a different camera this time. Sorry about the camera angles, by the way. I'm just going to choose a simple. Hang on. I'll choose a panorama. No, I'll choose a model viewer camera. I don't usually do that. I think that's just like you're in one place and you can like see what's going on. Just check out the scenery. You know what I'm saying? With some yeah, you can just look around. You see, so as I say, with some patience, and you can make a really good game. You can really zoom in, zoom out. You feel me? You know what it's all about. You know that. How to do that. You know how to do you. Change different kind of shit. You feel me? Change different kinds of cameras. Swap them up, yeah. Okay, free flying camera. That's the one we want. Free flying camera. I've swapped it up, y'all. Swap it up. Swap it up, blur. Right, now I'm going to get some fun. So I've got a free flying camera, and the only problem is I need a free flying third hand to control this goddamn thing. How am I going to do this? Goddamn son of a bitch, man. Hold on, no, it's okay. I'll just give you some angles right here. Give some angles, yo. See, I can make a movie like this. I can make a film like this. This is the cottage where the man fishes every day. He fishes with his missus, and then they cook the dishes. If there's anybody dishing, make a quick decision. Cook them fishes. Don't forget your slippers, 'cause it's vicious. When they're out here flying missiles, and these bitches' lips get kissed. When I'm coming with the charisma and I never miss. Scribble ripped it up like illustration, bitch. It's so sick. And you can get all this good stuff, you feel me? It's all that good stuff, man. All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff, man. All that good stuff. All the scenes. I think that water looks pretty good, to be honest with you. It's like what you want to do, you feel me? I go down under the water and shit. If you go down under the water, you've got to do it in the game, actually, in the game setting, But yeah, so thanks for watching this, just over half an hour, and I'll see you again. Sayonara.